Soulframe is currently in a somewhat awkward state of development, and with the recent release of Preludes 14, the team delivered a substantial number of updates. While many of these changes were strong and well-received, others fell short of expectations. So what I'd like to do in this video is examine what's currently working well in the game and what still needs improvement. But as always, these are my personal thoughts, and your experience may differ, and it's also important to remember that Soulframe remains in pre-alpha. The game continues to evolve rapidly, and the developers actively shape its future based on player feedback, which is what I'm doing. So without further ado, let's dive in. So Preludes 14 introduced a wide range of changes. One of the standout additions was the major update to Orlick. This ancestor has now been transformed into an engaging tutorial mission that teaches new players the core mechanics of the game. This is a significant improvement because instead of having to explain the basics yourself, you can simply tell a friend to unlock Orlick, which is one of the first ancestors, and complete his missions. Beyond serving as an excellent onboarding experience for new players, these missions are deeply integrated into the gameplay. They deliver meaningful story content for Orlick while rewarding players with new armor sets upon completion, and this playthrough was really good and felt rewarding. Not repetitive like the current grind for fragments in the game, but Preludes 15 will change that snooze fest, so we won't get into that in this video. Preludes 14 also introduced a new pirate-themed fable, which I thought was a fantastic idea. Unfortunately, it felt extremely short, almost like a side quest rather than a proper main story edition. I haven't timed the others yet, but this one felt kind of briefer than the rest. The pirate theme itself looked really cool, and if the developers expand on this kind of content with more depth and story, it could make the game significantly more engaging and help draw players in. A strong long-term storyline is genuinely important for games like this. It gives players something to care about. Without it, you're mostly just running through mechanics and levels. A solid narrative pulls you in with memorable characters and real stakes, which turns the experience into a journey worth remembering, which is especially true in this genre. Don't get me wrong, I liked the previous stories, but they don't feel connected to one another. Right now, the game as a whole still lacks an overarching narrative, and it's starting to follow a similar path to Warframe, where the real story only kicks in after dozens of hours. That approach makes it really hard for new players to get invested early on, and I'm really hoping Soulframe doesn't go down the same road. Preludes 14 also added new underground dungeons, though the developers have said these are just a preview and they plan to expand on them over time. I'm not entirely sure what they'll add, but I was hoping for more puzzles similar to the very first dungeon, and at the same time, I worry that could quickly start feeling repetitive again. Honestly, I find myself wanting to avoid the dungeons altogether and just stay on the surface world. Right now, they don't offer anything particularly meaningful or fun that makes going down there worth it. They could try adding matchmaking so players can tackle them in teams similar to Warframe's regular missions. But even then, I suspect the dungeons might still feel stale. Personally, I'd love to see a big boss at the end of every run, something with real mechanics that requires a full team to take down. And the rewards should actually feel meaningful, like faster weapon leveling inside the dungeon, or earning fragments to craft packs instead of just buying them from enclaves. Right now, the dungeons feel like a waste of time. I'm not trying to be overly negative, this is just my honest take. Now we come to my biggest complaint with Preludes 14, which is the runes. I do like the new activation buttons they added, but I still believe the debuff system was a poor choice. Having one hit removed for each bar just feels like a waste. I've said this in almost every video now, but the rune changes really needs a lot more tweaking. The system was completely fine before, and I don't remember seeing many complaints about it. If it was too strong, they could have simply increased boss health or reduced damage while the rune was active. Now it just feels like an extra thing you constantly have to worry about. Instead of focusing on the fight, I'm constantly checking to make sure all my bars are full before I can go all out. Overall, Preludes 14 brought a lot of positive changes, but there's still so much that needs work before this game can leave pre-alpha. The dungeons especially need more attention. The devs put so much effort into creating these beautiful areas, only for them to feel stale and give players no real reason to return. The fact that they even removed dungeons from Tales in a hotfix, or a new update, I can't remember which, but it is a bit of a red flag. I'm honestly curious. Do you guys feel the same way about dungeons? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.